Hello there, and well, I'm back. It's been a while again. Last video was Axar's D-Day, but look what has just arrived in the mail. The recently to a degree, in stock Amerika from Historical Board Gamings. I've not even done anything with them yet. I've just opened the box, and I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. Obviously, this is not an Axis and Allies game. It's to a degree, the first ever board game to this capacity with pieces. Apart from Twilight Struggle, this is the only board game I've ever bought that's actually, no, that's also, I suppose you could count Young Grasshopper's Deluxe Edition, but it's based off Axis. I know what this is as well, but it kind of is. It's an Axis and Allies alternate setup, if you know what I mean. This is the first boxed board game that I've ever bought. And I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. It's amazing. Really good price as well. Shipping is quite expensive, I'll tell you, but I understand that, coming from America. But it goes on Historical Board Gaming shop for $99, which is, in British money today, it's not far off, sadly, because of how crap our pound is. About £80, which for it's around about the same prices as most Axis and Allies games, like Europe and Pacific and, you know, World War One. It's really good price. Now, first of all, these were a surprise. I didn't know they come with it. This is brilliant. Having a box with the Allied, the Germans, the Japanese. What I like even more, though, is that they also provide 2 additional boxes for expansion forces, which you can buy additionally, which I'm sure I will do. This is I'll get onto that in a minute. And markers and tokens, which again you can use. So I think I actually have some markers and tokens that Young Grasshopper sent me, which was amazing. No, actually, it came from Young Grasshopper. I think they were specifically sent by Hambone that I can use for this, I think. Oh, I can. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I think I can as well. Right, I'm going to get them out, actually, after this. But anyway, what's amazing about Amerika is you've got the base game, but for most people who are into Global 40, like myself, I suppose eventually, like any theatre game, it becomes not exactly, well, it becomes a bit tiring, I suppose. Like you've already played it and you want something additional. Now, in this, that can happen. There's so many expansion sets that Historical Board Gaming provides. Some are just free for reals, and then there's others like Bring in the Heavies, which I might not be long before I get in them, and also well, that's the only one I know because I've watched General Hanganay's video. But there's so many different expansions. Now, first of all, let's have a look. We've got the rule booklet here. Standard rules. This is just the base rule booklet. You know, let's have a quick look. Got the first page here, you know, the units, the base setup, when history was not yet written. This is the main thing, basically. This board game, Amerika, is set in an alternate history during World War II, where it's set in 1946. The Germans, Japanese, the Axis have won World War II, but Amerika still survives. And Britain has escaped with some of their forces to Canada. Churchill and King George both did. I read that in the rules. And basically, the Axis and the Japanese are now invading Amerika. Now, simply, you'd think that, obviously, that's good. It's going to be very hard for them to do that because of, obviously, how America's army is still strong and how determined America's going to fight against it. However, in this game, the Americans are still developing nuclear bombs, and the Japanese and the Germans haven't. Basically, the aim of this game is for America to survive long enough to be able to develop nuclear technology and change the course of the war, which clearly it would, because you could, obviously, that's, well, massive. Obviously, here we have the nuclear research facilities in Hanford, in Los Alamos, and in Oak Ridge. We've got some major cities, like on the East Coast, Boston, New York, and DC. And then we've got Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. I'm surprised something like, I suppose, what's it called? Miami, Tennessee. You know, I feel we've got the main ones here. The Germans are seen to be invading Florida, and what state's that? Well, I don't know. I think Georgia. I think that's North Carolina. Georgia down there. We've got Virginia. Then we've got DC, New York, Boston. Germans are coming up all the way up here into Maine and New Hampshire. I actually only know American states because of how interested I am into American politics. I know all the states. And then we've got Canada here. I don't have any idea about these 2 states here. I think Quebec's around there. And I think we've got that's Newfoundland's over there, somewhere Britain used to own, and we've got Ottawa. So Germany is invading all over here, and then Japan, we've got California here, basically. It's taken Los Angeles and San Francisco. Probably here in Oregon. Is that Oregon? Yeah, Oregon. Oh, is it? Yeah, Oregon. And then also up here in Washington and also here in Canada. I think here, as you can see, Japan here in this invasion box can either take that state, oh no, here, or that's there, and then here in Seattle. And then these guys can take Seattle. These arrows, I think, represent where they can invade. Yeah, it's simple. There and there. And then, yeah. So, and then we've got Mexico down here, which I know in the rules, Japan has an ability to be able to invade down here, and Germany has an ability to invade up here. It's very easy when the Americans have to turn this side and this side, but when also they're coming through here and up through there, we've got key cities here in Dallas, New Orleans, and Houston, and also Phoenix here, and obviously, you know, the key things is, yeah, anyway, so let's have a look. So we've got the battle board here. It's a biggie, but it's a good one. It's a very nice battle board, quite detailed. Which way is the attacking side? Is that the attacking side, I think? Infantry, that's a 2, and that's 3, yeah, 4. So that's the attacking side there. Obviously, we've got its phases. It's not very complicated. I have done a bit of research. There's some element. This is for a theatre game out of the four theatre games out there, I suppose. The Axis and Allies ones, Battle of the Bulge, D-Day, Guadalcanal, and Amerika. I think Amerika tops them. I think already. We've got the what are they called actually? The like support boxes. Sorry, for each nation. We've got Germany's there, Allies there, and Japanese is there. And then we've got obviously the roundels. The Americans and the Brits don't need them. I am surprised that they've changed the first ship. I think the first set of these were green, and they've changed it to tan, which is. Well, not surprising. I mean, I suppose maybe it better. I think green is clearly American, and this better represents that it's all sat in the United Kingdom. I suppose as tan they normally are is a lot of different countries. So you know, it's not just the Americans up here. It's probably the Canadians, the British escaped British Empire soldiers, French. You know, like probably this is the Allies' last stand, basically, and this is their last chance to try and stop them to change the course of the war, basically. Sorry, I'm just having some lovely lemonade. So it comes with some lovely white chips here. Proper white chips as well. Some red chips as well. Not many, because there's a build, 10, a stacking of 10 in each of these territories. So, obviously, that's obviously quite important, obviously. Here are the units. So, we're going to have a quick look at, we'll look at America, well, sorry, the Ally forces first. I'm just going to put you down there for a second, sorry. I'm just going to get one of each unit type and show you. Oh, these are so cool. These are really good sculpts. These are really cool. Wow. I'm just trying to get one of each type. I think there's 8 different unit types for each different nation. That's the amazing thing. 1, 2, 3, 6, and there's 2 more. And we've got, I think, is that? Oh, wow. Where is it now? What are the other 2 unit types? Medium tank. There's the medium tank. And then there's one more thing. I think it's the self-propelled artillery. Where is it? Let's get one of them out here. Got the... Come on, artillery, where are you? I think it's there. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. No, it's not. Where's the artillery? Where's the other scope? I can't... 1 second. I'm just going to put there for a second. I should have been a bit more prepared. Is that it there, I think? Well, that's the same type there. I can't find it. I don't know. Oh, is that it? I don't know. I'm having a lot of trouble here finding the other unit type. Yeah, so there's mechanised infantry, self-propelled... I'm just going to... I suppose we'll have to leave it there for a second. There's infantry, medium tank, heavy tank, mechanised infantry, self-propelled anti-air, fighter jet, heavy bomber, and then there's also a artillery unit, and I can't seem... I found it. There we are, found it. There it is. No, that's the artillery unit. Actually, that's the AA. There we go. Right, let's put them back. We'll just use the Americans. All sides have different complete sculpts, like, for their units. So, like, they're not just these for every side. There's 3 different types of infantry, 3 different types of mech. So there's 24 different sculpts in total. That's really cool. As you can see here, have the American infantry. I mean, the Allied infantry. I'm just going to call them the Americans. As you can see, look a bit more modern. They don't look like, you know, they've got their... These all look like late World War... Post-World War II, clearly. We've got the mech here. We've got the AA here. Self-propelled AA. We've got the self-propelled artillery. We've got the medium tank. Looks like a bit of a Pershing, really. Kind of. A Churchill, in a way. I can't really tell what skull... And then we've got a heavy tank here. And then we've got the fighter jet. And then we've got the bomber. Really cool, actually. I really like the unit types. So, overall, that's America. I mean, there's the box. It's really cool, and it has also the potential for much more rules. Like if you use all of the expansions, America becomes a really detailed, complex game that very interesting. Because the problem with theatre games is there's an objective. So once you've played it a certain amount of times, you think, what can I add to this? You know, rather than G40 and stuff, which still gets to that point when you play it so many times. There's different things you can do, and that's the main problem that some people have with theatre games. They get tired of it eventually. But this looks really good, and I really recommend, if you can, pick up a copy of this. The back in stock, especially if you live in America, because obviously shipping is it is quite expensive to ship this, not massively, but it's it's quite expensive shipping to ship overseas. So but at home in America, it's still, you know, it's not cheap. It's at $99. That's still a lot of money, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's for a board game compared to the board games that are out there as well with Axis and Allies. I think it fits in at a good price for what it is. I'm probably going to post another video this today showing a bit of gameplay of it. I've done quite a lot, mainly General Hand Grenade, who's I think the actually only person on it. There's a few others, but he's the only one who's put a main proper, he's done 2 1-hour videos on it. So recommend if someone picks this up, watch those, because he explains the rules really well. So yeah, so I'm going to finish it here. I hope you've enjoyed. There's another view of the map. And yeah, let's see, hopefully that America can survive. I hope you're all safe and secure in this unbelievable pandemic and unbelievable 2020. Oh, I've just remembered. Vera Lynn, I just want to say what an amazing person she was, and how inspirational she was to many people in this country during the war and throughout her life, and to soldiers, and an amazing woman. And I'm so glad she got to live to 103. I just think it's just a very sad loss, but very grateful for how long she got to live. As someone who, obviously, you know, it's just unbelievable. 2020 has been, what a year, eh? It's I think 2016 people used to say was the worst year for a while. I mean, there's been worse years. There's always worse year in people's minds, but the trend became 2016 became a bad year when a lot of things happened. 2 things in that year happened that politically that some people may agree or disagree with. But also a lot of celebrities died, and it just seemed like a bit of a crap year. And 2020, well, I think we've outdone it. God knows what. Hopefully next year's a bit better. Anyway, hope you've all enjoyed. See you all later. Bye bye.